Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Ep4 podcast. We went on a little bit of a hiatus for about 10 months or so, but we're back. What I have returning with me is Douglas. You all remember Doug. Say hi, Doug.
How's everyone doing?
Good. And then we also have joining us a fella by the name of Jacob.
That's me. I'm Jacob.
How you doing?
It's been a minute.
Yeah. You're married now.
Yes, I am.
How's married life?
I'm scared to say. It's been good.
Are you in fear?
Well, she sees this. She might beat me. You never know.
She's never stopped beating you, has she?
No.
Redhead.
Those are redhead problems.
Redhead.
Don't marry a redhead unless you like playing with fire.
Are these cool?
These are cool. You really have upgraded.
All right. Well, Jacob, start out with introducing yourself. What do you do?
Yeah. So my name is Jacob. A lot of people refer to me as Jake, but I'm an electrician. I just became a fourth-year electrician back in February, so about a month ago. It's been a journey.
It's always an uphill climb on them apprenticeships. You think, I ain't gonna get there. What's your guys' apprenticeship now? 5 years or
4?
4? Okay. I was about to say, my carpenter apprenticeship was 4 years up in Kansas City. And it just seemed like it drug on forever. Once you get done, it's just another day.
When did you become a journeyman?
So trying to think. I took a couple of years off, did something else. I came back in 2019, and I pretty much started where I left off. So I want to say it was October of 2022 was when I journeyed out, and it's been it's nice. I don't have to take off work to go to school anymore, but you still learn. There's still a few things I don't know,
Of course.
but it's fun. It's been a very rewarding career ever since I got into it. This last year was the most I've ever made in my life. It was a good year.
Heck yes.
It's awesome. Yeah, being a Sparky comes with its problems too. So everybody hates electricians.
Because you never clean up your mess.
No.
You got it on camera. They actually admit to it.
He says, I'm no exception.
That's not my job. Okay? Okay? I'm too busy filing my fingernails. I don't got time.
You know, us carpenters have a saying: if it was easy, we'd have women and children doing it. Well, there's more female electricians.
But I'm not into men.
He's got a homosexual electrician. What?
Yeah. Yeah.
What we have here is a unicorn, very rare.
Far and few in between.
Oh,
but they exist.
hey, it's all right. There's all kinds of trades jokes. You know what the difference between a termite and a carpenter is? A termite knows it's f***ing up the wood.
Yeah, it knows what it's doing. That's funny.
Also, to reiterate, no cursing.
Oh, crap.
You're okay.
My bad.
We'll just bleep that. like a rated R movie, we'll just we give it one F-bomb.
And you've seen Shrek, right? Pretty
Shrek.
sure they let like 3 curse words.
Did they really?
Yeah. Yeah. You rewatch Shrek. So they say a few in there. A lot of innuendos too.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Today's topic. We've got something real exciting. Substance abuse problems in the trades.
Very exciting.
You know, it's pretty bad whenever you're an apprentice, you hit your 500 hours, and they give you your insurance card, and it has it right there as a specialty: substance abuse and alcoholism. That our insurance covers.
Yeah. Jacob, you had looked up some stats, didn't you, about substance abuse problems within the trades?
Yeah. I looked up a few. I did a little bit of research, and then I want to say that it was all on the American Addiction Association website. I might have not have said that correctly, but they've got a lot to say. And from what that website expresses, it seems to me that that blue collar drug and alcohol abuse seems to be a growing problem, and it seems to be getting worse.
Well, in retrospects of that, been there, done that kind of guy. So, a lot of it is, how many of them guys are travelers? How often do they see home? You know, I worked with a guy that he did bridges for a long time, and he went all over the country. He said he counted 40 nights out of a whole year he slept in his own bed. Wow. And I don't know if you remember, I did a 2-month stint down in Arkansas. And it was working 7/12s. I worked 21 days straight. I don't normally drink. In fact, I just recently quit drinking. But
Good for you.
Yeah, good for you.
But even then, I just from kind of being there, done that, 21 days straight, you're not drinking for fun anymore. You're drinking because you're hurting. You're tired.
You're drinking because you're coping.
Yes, pretty much. I took 21 days not being home. You ain't had a day off. Yeah.
Not to jump straight into some of these statistics that I took note of, and I send a lot of these in the group chat as well. So I don't know if you guys had gone over much of that.
Glanced at it.
I figured as much. So, but one of the I had created kind of a list of some of the reasons why blue collar workers have addictions, opioid addictions or drug addictions, alcohol addictions, and I'll kind of list them off. Just a few of them here. Physically demanding work, heavy workloads, high stress, extremely hazardous conditions, high incidence of work-related injuries, a male-dominated industry, rostering work arrangement, isolation from society, which I think that kind of drives what you were just talking about just being away from home. There are so many reasons why someone might be extremely depressed, being in those type of environments, being away from home for that long, being kind of locked away. You're either working or you're sitting in a hotel room.
Well, so a lot of times whenever you go out of town jobs, if you will, you're there for the money. You're not there for anything but the money. And like I said, whenever you do like 20, I've seen guys go 2 months, 3 months straight. No days off, constantly working 12, 16-hour shifts. And it happens. They get addicted to alcohol or, I remember I was in a camper, staying in a camper, and my now wife came down to pay me a visit. She saw the stack of beer cans sitting up on the countertop. She goes, "What are you doing?" I said, "I hate to say it, I am defensive drinking." She goes, "What do you mean?" I said, "I hurt so much, I gotta ease the pain."
Oh, man. Hanging out with your buddy Bush.
I'm going to write that down. That's great.
And the only people you know are the people you work with. You don't know anybody in the area normally when you go out there, so.
Yeah, I think that's where a lot of that isolation comes from. Mm-hmm. You're not there to do anything else but work.
Exactly.
You don't really have the brain power or sometimes even the energy to do anything else other than to just kind of get what little sleep might be given to you,
right?
And wake up and get back to work.
And each trade's got their own problems. I did actually at the starting of my apprenticeship, I'd done structural concrete, poured yards and yards and yards of that crap. And I remember you'd go in, you'd pour. Some days you had to work in the rain because the concrete's coming. You didn't have much of a choice. And you just get back. You get home. It's either okay. Do I take a couple Tylenol? Do I drink a couple beers? What do I do? It's all a coping mechanism.
Another problem is like there's a lot of workplace injuries that happen. Just with other than accidents. You've got just growing pains. As you get older, your knees get shot if you don't use knee pads and you're working on the ground. And
just if I can chime in here real fast, some of the old heads in the trades, they'll really get onto you once you start using protection. So if someone finds you with knee pads on, they're going to give you slack for that. And I've received a lot of that as well.
Don't even worry about them. Ask them how many knee replacement surgeries they've had.
Well, that's what I'm getting at.
It's funny. I've had the opposite experience. Like when I was working for a company, I was laying flooring. The clipboard flooring. Mm-hmm. There were a few individuals in that workplace that were wasn't using knee pads, and they stopped by like, Byron, you really need to be wearing knee pads. He says, when I was your age, I did not use knee pads, and I got to take Advil every single day. So I think it varies from from company to company. You've got a good culture where people will they'll lean on their past mistakes and try to pass it on to the younger generation, or maybe unions, for example.
It really varies because I've worked, like he said, I've worked around them old heads that. Oh, heck, back when I was your age, I done it this way, and I just kind of like looking at, well, good for you. How messed up's your back now?
Yeah.
How do you sleep at night?
Yeah, no, and a lot of those guys too. They say all that stuff almost like they're coping and expecting you to feel the same pain that they did. Mm-hmm. They didn't get the option to wear knee pads, and so because of that,
they did.
Well, maybe some of them did, but they kind of expect you to put up with it just because they did.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm one of them. If a guy wants to wear knee pads, go for it. If he doesn't, I don't care. It's your choice.
Right.
If you want to be tore up, I'm looking at. I got to work at least another 25 years. I don't want to be crippled up, not able to move in 25 years. I want to still be able to get up and go do things. Mm-hmm. I've seen guys that just... So, like, carpenters' life expectancy is 62, I think. It's low.
Wow.
Last I checked, it's low. And that's because we've done things like whether it's setting concrete forms or your... even, I think the trim guys, if they've done it most of their life, they generally get along better. But all the heavier stuff, the bridges, pile driving, that just my trade consists of, them guys don't have a very good quality of life when they get older. They just wore their bodies out. Mm-hmm. And a lot of them's alcoholics. Mm.
Yeah, and a lot of that pain, is why they turn to pain medication, or they'll go and see a doctor, and the doctor will prescribe them an opioid, to deal with the pain, and they get hooked. And now they've got this drug addiction that they can't kick, and because they ran out of prescription refills, now they're looking elsewhere to get their drugs.
Well, let's go to what I like to call the white collar or the blue collar industry. Look at your superintendents. And I'm not talking a superintendent that went to college, done an internship, and worked his way up. Let's take a guy that's been in for 25 years. Started out like the rest of us did. He worked from being an apprentice to journeyman, foreman, all the way up to a superintendent. Now, you just went from a backache to a headache, and about every superintendent I know is an alcoholic.
And a headache.
Yes.
Yeah.
But I guarantee you go up to any job site in Kansas City, if any superintendent, you ask them what's your favorite drink, and ask them how often they drink it. They drink a lot, and that's because you're the fall guy. You're absolutely the fall guy as a superintendent. If something goes wrong,
it's your fault.
It is your fault.
So that's where that stress gets involved.
Yes.
That's where that stress kind of pushes you to start coping. and taking to things like alcohol.
Another problem I don't think that a lot of people, or I think there's been very many studies on, is how many people will just cope in other ways, like you guys mentioned drugs and alcohol, but like I know a lot of people that turn to, myself included, that turn to just eating as a coping mechanism to excuse for loneliness. Like,
I have heard that food is the most addictive drug. I don't know if you've heard that. I've heard that a few times.
From experience,
I've heard sugar be referred to as the most addictive drug as well.
Two of the most addictive drugs right now is sugar and dopamine. That's
I would
that's
agree.
why everyone loves social media.
Social media and hotcakes. Social media and candy. Yeah, or chocolate, whatever it is. No, but food, like you mentioned, is something that you cannot go without. And I think that that a lot of these guys that turn to food as a coping mechanism, it's much easier to become a glutton, and it's much harder to get away from it, because for somebody with, for instance, a cocaine addiction, they don't need cocaine to survive. For somebody with a food addiction, needs food to survive.
A lot of that is like, we're Americans. Food's in abundant supply. You can go anywhere and get it. Go to any store, and a lot of it is the greasy cheeseburgers, going to McDonald's, stopping at Sonic, the fast food. And if you're working 12, 16 hours, you're working the long days, 80 hours a week, and you got them highs and lows. It's always feast or famine. Sometimes you get by with just 40 hours a week, and then you hit them jobs that you're working, 60, 70, 80 hours.
So what you're saying is there's not a lot of time to meal prep, and there's not a lot of food options when you're on the road like that, or even not even on the road. You could be at home.
Oh yeah, there's been times I've literally. There was a Saturday I worked 16 hours. I literally worked 12 hours at one place, got called into the other, and I literally got home just long enough to go to sleep, get back up, and head back up on Sunday. And then still had to be back at work on Monday. That was just actually last year. And it was, what do you do? It's like, well, I'll stop at McDonald's and get something to eat.
Well, not only that, you don't even have time to get your laundry done.
No.
Yeah. I got no time.
I was actually telling the wife about a week ago, I said, man, I need to lose some weight. She goes, why? I said, what you call an overweight carpenter? She goes, what? I said, unemployed.
Yeah. Once those weight packs on, it's twice as hard to get it off.
Mm-hmm.
For sure.
And I've run into some guys that are just, it seems like it's difficult for them sometimes just to do simple jobs. And I don't want to dive that deep into food, although I do believe it's a problem. I just think that that's something that's super overlooked, and that's where weight can affect your job, just like drugs and alcohol can and do.
Every now and then you'll see that old man that, you can tell he's ready to retire. He needs to retire, but he can't afford to retire. And it's one of them, not trying to be desperate. How do you tie your shoelaces, buddy? I mean, you can't get up, you can't move hardly.
Yeah, Nike Velcro.
Yep.
Yeah. That's what you put on. Yeah.
But, and what a lot of people need to remember is you got to have food in order to live. So food is fuel. Eat just enough to keep you going, but you don't need to eat until you're sick.
And just like vehicles, if you don't put the right fuel in, your motor's going to be messed up.
Mm-hmm.
People don't realize how impactful the different types of food you put inside your body. Like, okay, let's say you can go to the store, get you some ground beef and some cheese, and make it on your own. Versus if you go to Sonic, you're gonna have so many more preservatives and pesticides in that meat. So it's a different kind of animal. It's doing different things to your body that it's not supposed to be doing.
Absolutely.
But the problem is you don't have time to go stop at the store, meal prep, and do all those things for
the work week.
Mm-hmm.
It's very time consuming. A lot of times it's expensive too. And unless you're feeding a family of 3 or 4, it's expensive to meal prep just for 1 to maybe 2 people.
Yeah.
And it's absolutely a problem because it's more enticing and sometimes cheaper just to take the crap food. Just to stop at the gas station, stop at Casey's and get a slice of pizza and an energy drink.
But that Casey's pizza is so good.
You bet it is. Man. I hope they bury me with one of those. I want them to lay an 8-slice pizza. So a pizza, but cut into 8 slices, right on my chest. They say, lower me down.
Can I steal that? Okay, what pizza you getting buried with, though? Is it?
You ready for this?
I'm so ready.
Yeah. Okay. Casey's taco pizza.
Oh, that was gonna be my answer.
Woo! Did you hear that? Okay. Yeah. So I don't know if Casey's are all over the nation. I know that they're.
It's mostly in the Midwest.
Midwest, right? Midwest. Breakfast pizza. Okay. Casey's taco pizza. Casey's breakfast pizza.
It's up there. It's pretty good.
It's really good. Okay. But there is absolutely nothing nutritious or healthy about a Casey's pizza.
Oh no.
Okay. And I found myself and I've broken this habit and I'm thankful I have, but I have found myself going to a Casey's gas station and buying the same thing. An energy drink and a slice of pizza every day.
And those energy drinks are so chock full of sugar. And I'm not sitting here because I like my Monsters, but the Monster Java is just about as much as anybody else.
If it's not real sugar, it's fake sugar. And neither one is good for you.
That or you just drink enough coffee like I do to trinkle as a horse.
Yeah.
Oh.
Hey, everyone's got to have a vice. Me, I look like Uncle Si on the job site. I don't have sweet tea. I got a half-gallon thermos full of coffee every morning.
You know, I have noticed your beard. It's looking pretty good, man.
Thank you.
I haven't come up with my 10-minute segment. But I saw this picture on the internet, and I thought, with the 3 of us being men of faith.
Jesus, he's an elk for the first.
I said this to you.
You did sing that to me. Yeah. Nail gun.
Oh, forgot to include
Nail
this.
gun. Was that what was that? What brand of nail gun was that?
Black & Decker.
Oh.
Do they sell nail guns? I think it was just a generic AI generated.
I don't really know.
Yeah, Black & Decker definitely sells nail guns, but I'm pretty sure they were bought out by Makita.
Really?
Maybe. Maybe.
Jamie, can you look that up?
Yeah. Jamie, would you go ahead?
But a lot of the alcohol problems that exist in the trades industry stem from around the same problem. Mostly, it's a matter of. Well, I shouldn't say that. I should say a majority of the alcohol issues lie in the loneliness problem, and I think I can speak for everyone that find a lot of marital problems within the industry, and I think alcohol is a coping mechanism for that, and among other things. But the thing that I want to tell our dear audience right now is that if you're looking for a way out of your addiction issues, you're not going to find it anywhere other than the peace of the salvation of Jesus Christ.
Amen.
I think you can tell the difference in a person that is in the trades, just on the outside perspective, if they're of different faith. or I guess I should say, if they're saved, you can.
There's a presence. There is a presence with them, and that presence is the Holy Spirit. Mm-hmm. You know, and I do believe, you know, when I meet someone, probably within the first 5 minutes, I can tell who's on their side.
Yeah.
You know, but yeah, absolutely. You know, being able to rely on Jesus Christ. You know, someone who's all powerful and all knowing and can do all things. You know, being able to rely, or even just you know, turning to Him for your problems. You know, I really do believe that it's sometimes the only way. Mm-hmm. And you may be able to find solutions with different medications for pain, you know, or for antidepressants and stuff like that. But I truly believe that nothing works better than our Lord and Savior.
A lot of it is just like the overtime. Now, granted, I do that just like there's different things. You're either chasing all that overtime and going out of town, and you got to remember there's a goal while you're doing it. Whether it's you're wanting to buy a house or you're supporting your family. And when you go out there and you're out of town, you got to remember there's a reason why you're there. And if you lose track of that reason of why you're doing this, that's where you go the wrong direction a lot of times. You know, and it's so easy to happen. I remember before I got married, before like my last out-of-town job in Arkansas, I told my now wife, I said, whatever job I get sent, I got laid off. And I'm like, well, whatever job comes my way, I'm going to have to jump on it because I got bills to pay. And within the next day or two, I'm getting a phone call from an old boss that I worked under. He goes,
Turn a little bit. Thank you. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, I get a job from an old boss I used to work under. He goes, I got a job in Arkansas if you're interested. When can you be there? I said, I think I told him I'll be there on Wednesday. And that was on a Monday. So, packed up, went down there, and I remember I'm down here to get caught up because work was slow, had to get caught up, had to do all this, that. And then after about, that was in May. And in the end of July, it was kind of that whole goal thing. I was starting to lose track of why I went down there to begin with, after all the hours and everything. And a lot of it is, I don't know, alcoholism and me kind of tackle each other. I'm not an alcoholic. I got alcoholics in the family. Raised around them, this and that. And that was the one thing, I didn't want to be like them. Is the easier way to put it. I didn't want my son, who turns 10 in May, I didn't want him growing up around it. I didn't want this and that. And I know even in my line of work how easy it is to become that way. So that's kind of why, even though I've kind of went back and forth, I'm not going to drink, that's the reason why I'm like, okay, never mind. I can't get a grip on it. If I start on it now, it's just going to turn back the way it was.
Losing sight of what's important.
I went back to my original goal on why I do what I do.
If you are dealing with opiate and alcohol addictions right now, there is help available. You can always reach out to us here at the Shop 4 Podcast. You can email at oxfordwestern@gmail.com. That's oxmidwestern@gmail.com. Of course, there are plenty of other available resources. I'll throw up on the screen a place you can go to or call. Yeah.
I looked up who bought Black & Decker. And my phone's been sitting on over here on this Google page. I was not only off, but way off. Yeah. Who do you think bought Black & Decker? No, just wild guess. No.
Home Depot?
Okay. No. Okay. Never mind.
Did I get it right?
No. It was Stanley.
Wow.
Stanley bought Black & Decker. Yeah. But I'm pretty sure the Stanley makes cordless power tools, don't they?
Yes, they do.
They do. So.
Do they?
No, never mind. They don't. They do squares.
Craftsman does.
Well, I'm thinking of the old Sears building where they sell Craftsman and Stanley stuff, but we got a few of them old tools.
I've got something to rant about, and I might get loud. If you are driving on a 4-lane highway and you're in the left lane and you are going the speed limit, you are my number one enemy. Going under 75 miles an hour. I have a big problem with you, okay? The left lane is for people who are breaking the law, okay? That is my lane. That's for me. That's not for you, okay? This 60-year-old woman and her little Honda CRV. The right lane is for people who
The law-abiding citizens.
the law-abiding citizens. You know, the people who have nothing going on in their day. People who have nothing to do. I have things to do. Okay.
Can I say something?
Take away, because I'm about to freak out.
No, you're going to freak out.
Okay.
Not only does that make me so mad, okay, but when I get in the fast lane to pass somebody that's going slow, and I peel back into the right lane. No,
Slow down.
and then you get in front of him. They start tailgating you a little bit. And you're like, what is this guy doing? He gets in the fast lane to pass you. You just passed him. You've got your cruise control set. You are being a good boy with your cruise control set. All right? Minding your business, doing 7 over. That's normal for me, okay? Cruise control at 7 over. And they pass you and slow down. You got to pass them. And then they pass you again and slow down. And it's this endless cycle, and it's because they can't keep their foot still or use their cruise control.
And you know, it wouldn't. You know what? Cruise control. That's a great point. It wouldn't be so bad, Doug. It wouldn't be so bad, Jacob, if these people that were in the left lane going 70 miles an hour. I've seen a person today. She was going 65 miles an hour in the left lane on I-49. What are we doing?
Yeah. Yeah, she was rushing to the hospital. She was driving fast, Byron.
Was she?
Yeah.
It wouldn't be so bad, Jacob. Wouldn't be so bad, Doug, if it wasn't the newest vehicle you've ever seen. If it wasn't a fully electric Tesla, right? It wouldn't be so bad if it wasn't that. But it's always that. It's always a brand spanking new Buick that's got like an iPad for the center console. They've got, excuse me.
How many people do you know that own Buicks that are under the age of 65?
You know, they're
Just me right now.
0.
You know how you avoid those people?
You shoot them?
Well, there's that. It's kind of illegal, but
Okay.
it's kind of illegal. But no, what you do? Take my GMC. Driver's side front door. Deer ran into me. Never fixed it. Passenger side front door. Got hit by a deer. It's got a dent in it. Driver's side back door. Got hit by a deer. Dent's still there.
It seems like you're the problem, Doug.
No. Well, no, the deer literally did run into me, but and then the bumper smashed in. I don't fix it.
Is it from a deer?
I didn't see that stump.
Doug.
You know what GMC stands for, right?
Yeah, I'm aware. That can't be true. I'm not an electrician.
I don't drive a GMC.
You drive a Hyundai, which is gayer.
Yeah, it's Korean.
Gay.
If it was a truck, it wouldn't be a Hyundai.
They do make trucks.
I hope not.
It's like a single
Please, for the love of everything that is good,
It's
don't buy.
It's like a Honda Ridgeline, where it's a truck.
You know what the Honda Ridgeline is? It is a minivan with the half of it chopped off
yeah.
and a truck bed slapped on the back of it.
Yeah.
That is you look at a Honda Ridgeline and put your hand in front of the back side.
He's getting worked up.
Okay. It looks like a minivan.
Well, anyhow, back to what I was trying to get at. I leave those dents in, so when the Tesla driver sees me coming, they look over and they go, "Oh crap, he don't care." I'm gonna get out of his way because they can see I don't care.
Yeah. You got a rusted out brush guard on the front too. That's how they really know.
I haven't thought about that one.
Yeah.
That one's pretty good.
That was pretty good.
I usually keep my 357 revolver on the dash. So, they'll see me in the rearview mirror, and I'll just point.
I hope
And
not.
usually they move out of the way. Allegedly. Allegedly.
Yeah.
Careful with that. I got pulled over in Johnson County once and got. We'll put it this way: it wasn't on the dash; it was in the console. I got handcuffed at the back of the car.
Did you really?
Yes.
Dang.
He had pulled me over. Okay, this trooper pulled me over.
Huh?
Of course
And
it was trooper.
He goes, "You know how fast you were going?" I said, 65. He goes, "Well, you know what the speed limit here? It's right there where 69 merges onto I-35. And he goes, "Well, you know what the speed limit is?" I said, 65. He goes, "Nope, it's 60. Pulled me over for going 5 over. And
That's not worth the paperwork.
No, it isn't. No, it gets worse. I open up the glove box, and I'm like, oh, crap.
Out tumbles your 9.
No. I was like, my insurance ain't in there. It's in the console. So is my gun.
Oh,
So
now it's concealed.
It's legal. Had a concealed carry. I look over at the officer, and
Oh, wait, no, that's in Kansas, too.
Mm-hmm.
Dang.
I look over, and I explain to the officer, hey, it's in here, this and that. And he goes, you're going to have to step out of the car. I go, for what? It's for my safety. He pulls out the wrong insurance slips and writes me a ticket for having not proper insurance paperwork. I go, I gotta throw that old one away. But he handcuffed me at the back of the vehicle because I had a firearm on me. In my legal rights, had a firearm on me.
In Kansas, I think their gun laws are different in Kansas. Aren't they?
No, they're constitutional carry over there. You don't have to have concealed carry. And at that time frame, I had concealed carry. It didn't matter what state I was in, Missouri or Kansas. I was in legal.
You know, I'm sure that cop's been through it. What, he was a trooper? He was a trooper?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I'm sure he's been through it.
You know what's funny? You never have to worry about state troopers ever doing anything like questionable or corrupt, because like they'll pull over everybody for anything. Like they'll pull over their own grandmothers. So I'm never like concerned like, man, maybe this guy's in somebody's pocket or somebody's in this guy's pocket. I don't have to worry about that.
But they are fun to mess with.
What you're saying is they pull over the safe drivers because they know that the drivers of the vehicles are not dangerous.
I think that.
You're saying that the troopers will pull over their own grandmothers because they know their grandmothers aren't armed.
No. I'm saying that they don't care who it is. They're going to write people tickets for breaking the law.
Uh-huh. Yeah. But, theoretically, if you only pull over the safe and law-abiding drivers, what are the chances they're going to shoot you? It's probably less.
What's your point, Jacob?
If I was a state trooper, I'd only pull over safe drivers. It's the safer bet.
I think you missed the point of
Yeah.
being a cop.
Yeah. I'll just stick to electrical work.
I think that's wise. Jacob.
But they are fun. State troopers are fun to mess with.
I've never risked messing with a state trooper.
Oh,
Never.
One pulled me over because I hit the line, and he thought I was drinking and driving. I was sober as a judge. And he goes, "Have you been drinking?" Nope. Well, he decided, he goes, "Well, sir, you're going to step out, and I need you to walk a straight line." I looked at him, I said, "I got one leg shorter than the other. I can't walk a straight line the same."
That's not a dad joke.
You've got that going on.
That's not a dad joke. That's true.
Yeah,
That's the truth.
like, it ain't possible. He goes, "Can you do this?" I said, "Oh, yeah, I can do this." Then he has me do all this other crap. I really decided to mess with him. He goes, "All right, stick one leg out and count to 10, and I got all the way to whoa.
Whoa.
Oh,
Sup, son? What's up, son?
he gives up and he goes, "I'm going to have to ask you to blow in this." And I looked at him and said, "Would you buy me a drink first?"
That's pretty good. Did you get a ticket?
No.
Oh!
I was waiting for that to click.
Nice.
I got pulled over by a state trooper once. I don't remember what he pulled me over for, but it was cold outside.
Was it in the old mint blue whip?
It was in my old Ford Focus.
Oh, the SRT?
ST.
ST?
ST.
It's probably for speeding. He likes his rally cars.
That's true. But no, he pulled me over probably for speeding. But I wasn't going that fast. Like maybe 1 mile an hour max over the speed limit. Max. Okay. And but it was cold outside. And I don't know. He had a lot of stuff to type up on the computer. He asked me to get in his patrol car in the passenger seat. Yeah, front passenger seat. I didn't think anything of it. He was a pretty nice guy. He's a younger trooper. Okay, but I got in and I was like, dang. I was like, it sucks in here. No, it was a Dodge Charger, okay, but the Dodge Charger Cruisers, the entire interior is like basic. I don't know where I was going with that. Super basic, but I had this mental image that that all cop cars were like stripped down to bare bones and replaced with plastic. I don't know where I got that, but I always thought that they made them cheap like that. Okay, but when I got in there, I told him it sucked in here, and he felt so insulted. He was actually insulted, but no,
you got that ticket.
no. But he laughed it off. At first he was like, "Are you talking trash on my car?" But no, he let me off. He let me off. So
I pretty well learned if you can make them laugh, they won't write you a ticket.
yeah, crack joke.
But don't try that with a state trooper. They don't have a sense of humor, apparently.
No, they don't.
Whenever they say get in the passenger car and look at them and say, "Well, my mother told me never to hop in with strangers."
What's her name?
They don't find that as music. As amusing. That was a tongue tire.
Yeah.
I feel like I had something else to add, but I don't exactly remember where I was going with it. I think that it's something to peer pressure. I think that blue collar workers experience peer pressure from other coworkers. Sometimes even just to pack a dip or light a cigarette or even vape. Mm-hmm. You know, I think that it's the norm, right? And nicotine's a drug too, and nicotine it's a problematic drug. I mean, I don't believe that it does to you what you're going to get lung cancer from it. That's one thing, or mouth cancer. But I mean, but it is a problem still, and going into going into the trades, I see a lot of that where, you feel the peer pressure into doing things that you wouldn't normally do just because everybody else thinks it's cool or that's the norm.
Yeah. Well, and I was visiting with a superintendent not that long ago, and he goes, "What's your drink of choice?" I said, "I don't drink anymore." He goes, "Oh, you got all kinds of money in the bank now."
Yeah.
I go,
He knows from experience.
yeah.
Yeah.
And he goes, I'm sitting there thinking, boy, if you're drinking that much, bud, you need help. You think that the guy that doesn't has all kinds of money, but
Yeah.
But it's expensive too. And I think that that goes for all addictions. Drug problem. It's expensive, and even just picking up a prescription for an opioid to help with your pain. As soon as that runs out, you're looking at dealers that get it. That you're trying to get it off the street. But even alcohol. People build up tolerances, and you find them drinking a fifth at night. And that's not that uncommon to see, and it's expensive. And so, yeah, I know. I mean, it makes sense that he would say that because these problems not only hurt your physical and your mental health, and your relationships with your wives and your loved ones and everything, but it also hurts your wallet. That's another problem too.
I know a friend that he was a welder in union. He was making good money, like I think 6 figures, just into 6 figures.
Wow.
And he had a heat stroke at the end of that job, and he had realized that he's got to move careers. He didn't have any money saved over from that other job because he had drank it all.
Wow.
So, and I'll just be honest with you guys. I'm almost 2 weeks off of quitting smoking, and already, I've got a little bit more money in the bank.
My aunt years ago decided to stop smoking, and she had pulled together all of her gas station receipts and added up on a calculator what she was spending every year on just cigarettes alone. And she could have put a down payment on a house with all the money that she spent just on one addiction, the smoking, which is widely accepted. It's not like alcohol abuse or drug abuse. I mean, that's just cigarettes.
Yeah.
I think that cigarettes are a lot cheaper than other means of addiction.
Also, a lot cooler than vapes.
I can't stand vape, guys. You sit here and you smell blueberry muffins, like, and it's...
I'm hungry.
I'm hungry now. That's just Bob.
Blueberry muffin. That's great.
It's just Jason and his cloud of lies. His cloud of lies. Well, I think that's the stopping point. You've watched. This is. This has been the Shop Floor Podcast. I'm Byron.
I'm Doug.
And I'm Jacob. He's not done.
I'm not done.
He's not done.
I've got a promo for you guys. Check this out. March 25th, the Shop Floor Podcast is going to be at Reality Day at Hume Schools. The Hume School.
Hume R8 School.
The Hume R8 School. You'll see the three of us there. If you're a student, come talk to us. We'll get you on the hiring list. Anyway.
Bye, everybody.
You've been watching the Shop Floor Podcast. Thanks for watching. If you have any questions or you want to get on the hiring list, you can email oxmidwestern@gmail.com. That's oxmidwestern@gmail.com. That's when you say thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching.
Okay.